So what we do to plan is we make sure, first of all, that we have enough equipment and material to handle what we would expect in an average year. We go over safety training for the operators. They look at the maps. We make sure all of our routing is up to date, and they go out and they drive their routes and make sure that they understand where they're going. We have 17 routes that we treat. We have priority 1s and 2s, and the priorities basically are arterials, bus routes, schools, and hospitals. We want to get those treated first, and once we get to an inch of snow, we strictly do plowing operations. And then we will resume spreading and plowing until we get down to bare pavement. Then we'll go into residential areas. We need the public's help to make sure that our operators can actually do what they're trained to do. If you have the ability to not park your vehicle on the roadway, that's a huge advantage to us, because the operator can plow and spread without actually having to worry about going around vehicles and leaving bare spots. If you can stay home, just stay home. You know, the best place to be is at home. We work as quickly as we can to get the snow operation resolved and get the event to where it's safe to travel. If you do have to go out, you should monitor the weather days in advance so that you can be prepared. Make sure that they don't follow our plow trucks too closely or try to pass our plow trucks when we're plowing. And the operators sometimes just can't see smaller vehicles. The city's website is probably the best place to get information because it's updated more frequently. We have snow maps on our website. It's an interactive map. They can see where our plow trucks are. There's icons of cameras on the map they can click on and actually show them what the road surfaces look like. Ultimately, we work for the community, and we're part of this community, so we have a desire to give excellent services to the community.
The City of Lawrence sidewalk snow removal ordinance requires a property owner of adjacent sidewalk to remove the snow or ice within 24 hours of such event. If ice is to a point where it's not removable, a property owner may put sand down as an alternative to removing that ice. These sidewalks do not include the interior sidewalks on private property of any commercial business or apartment complexes. So any property that's adjacent to a public sidewalk is required to remove snow and or the ice from that sidewalk. The ordinance says after 24 hours of the last snow or ice event, you're required to remove the snow or ice. If the City of Lawrence staff comes out to the property and finds a violation, then the owner is simply mailed a notice to appear in court. You may contact Development Services at 832-7700.
What do peanut butter, medications, and wipes all have in common? If washed down the drain and into the sewer system, they can cause some serious problems in our sewers. Fats, oils, and grease, or what we call fog, can include peanut butter, salad dressings, any kind of cooking oils, gravies, milk products like shakes or ice cream, and anything that is used for cooking like grease, bacon grease, sausage grease. This video shows a residential line here in Lawrence that recently backed up due to grease. You can see the grease at the top of the line. When washed down the drain, they can clog your sewer line as well as the main sewer line. This can cause basement backups in your home as well as others on down the line that are hooked to the same system. Running hot water or using the garbage disposal doesn't necessarily fix the problem either. It breaks it up into smaller pieces or sends it further down the line where it gets thick and causes the problem a little further down the line. Some tips for getting the fog out of the sewer lines include disposing cooking scraps in the trash and wiping grease from plates with a paper towel and discarding the paper towel. Quantities of grease that are less than a quart can be placed in a can with a lid and disposed of in the trash. And many people dispose of things like adult wipes or baby wipes, makeup wipes, dental floss, Q-tips. These are all things that don't biodegrade in the sewer system. Rule of thumb is that if you can't easily break them apart with your hands, like toilet paper does, then they shouldn't be flushed. And finally, medications. Our wastewater systems were never designed to handle medications or the compounds that are in medications. Many people flush their unused or expired medications thinking that this is the proper way to dispose of them. However, what's happening is they enter the sewer system, they go through the wastewater treatment plant, and enter the environment through our streams. Because these compounds are difficult to remove, they can end up in the drinking water of cities downstream from us. So the next time you dispose of one of these products, remember, your drains are not a trash can.
One of the most important things for a business owner to remember is once their client gets inside the business is to provide code-compliant ADA accessibility to a counter. Where the ADA compliance says the counter can be no more than 38 inches, therefore it is compliant. Additionally, you need 36 inches of width as you approach that counter. As you can see on the floor space here, there's no obstructions that would prevent that, so therefore the space is compliant with that standard as well. ADA requires table heights to be no more than 34 inches and a minimum of 28 inches. It just measures slightly over 30 inches, therefore it's compliant with ADA. Also, the seats are not fixed. It allows a person in a wheelchair to maneuver appropriately as they approach the table.
When we decided to remodel this location, we worked with Gould Evans in the city to determine what we could do to make sure we had all of our facilities ADA compliant and make sure we had access for all those customers that wanted to come in here that had a disability and needed to make sure that ADA compliance was reached here.
To learn more about accessibility in commercial spaces, feel free to contact us at our office located at 1 Riverfront Mall, Suite 110, or you may call us at 832-7700.
The Common Ground program is a City of Lawrence program where we lease vacant or underutilized city properties to citizens for food production. The program is 2 years old, and in those 2 years we built up the program to 7 sites. They vary from traditional community gardens. John Taylor Park has some children's plots, so they have a children's focus. We have an orchard, we have a student farm, and then we also have an incubator farm to help some young farmers get started.
We also have this discovery garden back here, which is for anybody who comes to the park can pick food from it. It's got green beans, tomatoes, there's a veggie maze.
So we heard a lot from citizens that they really wanted a chance to grow food and to, build community with gardens in their neighborhoods.
They've been so productive. I'm sure that one little city lot has produced well over a ton of food. The people are aware that it's a community garden and that they have some responsibility to the larger community, and that's the fun of it, is to try to get people involved.
Working with the city's been they've been very, very accommodating. If there's generally been any concerns that gardeners or farmers have had, they've been very, very flexible and accommodating and trying to make this a successful program.
It's been a great program, and the only problem I see is there's not enough vacant city ground.
So 2014 applications will be available on the city's website, which is lawrenceks.org/common_ground. And applications will be released in November, and there'll be about a 1-month application period, so keep an eye out.